Ooh, I should have put some of that stuff right here. And I should have laid my edges down. But I didn't. Holy spider webs. It is so many spider webs out here. God. Oh. To take it. I'm going to have to go out here. I'm going to have to get my broom. Hey, trucker's wife. So, I was watching TikTok this morning, and somebody said they're taking those videos down of this Alabama incident off of scrubbing TikTok of these videos. So I want to talk about it before. They probably won't scrub the videos off of YouTube, but I heard TikTok is like that. So if you don't know what happened on Saturday, I guess, there was an incident in Montgomery, Alabama, where a African American security guard on the river front asked some white people to move their boat because I guess like a party boat, little, I don't know what these boats are called because we don't have that stuff here in California, was coming in, and he asked these people to move, and instead of moving their boat, they decided to jump on him. So it was one black security guard and about 5 white men, and I think it was some women too, decided to jump him. And honey, when I tell you that black people came together and showed they complete behinds and jumped them, it was just a complete brawl. I mean, one young guy, he even jumped off of the boat and swam over there to where this black guy was getting beat up and jumped in it. I mean, it was crazy. Somebody got hit in the head with a chair. So now the folding chairs is famous. It's crazy. Because we can make a meme out of anything. It is so many memes going around. And it's so weird that, I just feel like this incident, unfortunately, it was a violent incident, but this incident has brought us together. This incident has brought us together. Black people are like this. We can talk about each other. We can fight each other. But you better not touch us. We like the whole sibling situation. Siblings gonna fight. They gonna fight each other. I may beat my little brother up, but nobody else better not touch him. Nobody. When I see somebody else touching him, then it's gonna be a problem. The black people came and beat the white people up because he was getting beat by like 5 or 6 white people, and black people just came from everywhere. I mean, I don't even know why these white people thought that was going to be okay. Why they thought they were going to be able to jump on this black man and nobody was going to come to his rescue. Everybody came. It was people coming from everywhere. I mean, and it didn't stop there. These white people have, I guess, a business in Montgomery, Alabama. That business is on Yelp. It says permanently closed. They're getting like 1-star reviews. People are saying they got roaches, and I mean, it's bad. It's bad. These people, y'all know that black people are petty as hell. We will do anything once you make us mad. We petty. So their business is being, everybody in that whole family can get it. And they're using that Jason Aldean song, something in a small town. Because people are saying, like that Jason Aldean song has emboldened white people. Y'all, white people just like, y'all, I'm sorry. They got it. Black folks showed out. Black folks showed out. And the crazy thing is, this is so ironic because the boat that was the security guard was trying to get into that spot was the Harriet Tubman. The ancestors are tired. The ancestors are tired of this shit still going on. They tired. They tired. Honey, that black boy that jumped in the water, and people was making jokes like, oh, they didn't even think we could swim. That black boy that jumped in the water, he wasn't playing. He was not playing. I'm glad your spell works. Honey, they was knocking white folks in the water. They was hitting them with chair. I mean, now the man that hit the woman in the head with the chair, that was a bit much. Okay? He didn't have to hit her with the chair now. He could have hit one of them men with a chair, and I wouldn't have felt no ways different. But I ain't gonna go with hitting a woman in the head with the chair. But you can pop one of these men. Hey, Poochie. Hey, Poochie. Gizmo, come here. Come here. What are you trying to pick up off that? Come here. Come here. Look who came outside, y'all. Hey, buddy. Hey, little buddy. Go get the geese. You hear the geese? Go get them. Go get the geese. They out here squawking at you. Now, I don't believe in push the women off the dock. Push their ass in the water. But I don't believe, hitting a woman in the head with a chair. I felt like that was a bit much. But all is fair in war, though. Because the women were swinging, too. And if you can swing, if you can throw a punch, you can take one. I'm guessing that was, Girl, it was a folding chair, got folded up across some woman's head. I think he got arrested for that though. A few people got arrested, and I think he got arrested for hitting that woman with the chair because the police officer saw it. I'm pretty sure he got arrested for that. But Montgomery, Alabama, y'all showed up and showed out. Y'all showed up and showed out. I know everybody, all the black people in Alabama walking around like I know they walking around like this. But y'all better be careful though. Y'all better be careful out there. Because y'all know y'all done pissed them white folks off. They mad. They big mad. And you know that Montgomery, Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, whatever Alabama it is, Mobile, I think. Alabama, period, has that, racial undertone. So y'all got to be careful. Y'all better put some stuff out for your ancestors. Tell your ancestors to keep you protected. Because I know these white folks is mad. Yeah, Alabama got a history. Alabama has a history. So them white folks out there mad. Y'all done beat up. Not only the white men got their ass beat, but the white women got their ass beat too. Y'all done put your hands on some white women. Them folks out there hot. So y'all gotta be careful. That was the only thing that I thought about, like seriously thought about after this incident. Like, we make jokes about everything. Everything is a meme. Everything is funny. But this is Alabama. These white folks get mad for real. And they don't want to hurt somebody. Yeah, we got the last laugh. We got the last lick on this one. But these white folks, y'all got an evil history. And I just, my whole thing is just black people, we got to be careful. I've been trying to get this thing off this water bottle for the longest. And I don't want it to peel off because I don't want it to leave a whole bunch of paper that I got to try to get off of here. But it is starting to peel. What can you use? Like alcohol? But I'm scared to use alcohol because I don't want it to mess up the color on my bottle. Somebody help me. Yeah, everybody was getting it. Everybody that showed up on that dock was getting it. But wait a minute. Let me show y'all this, the white man after he had got beat up. Let me show y'all what his Crocs look like. They beat the Crocs off of this dude. Look at this man Crocs. Them can't be real Crocs. Them must have been the Walmart Crocs. How your Crocs bust open? They must have been dragging him. How your Crocs bust open like that? His feet came through the Crocs. How that happen? Them had to be them Walmart Crocs. Them can't be Crocs. Crocs don't bust like that. His whole feet came, unless they was already like old and was they dragging him? And how your Crocs bust open like that? I had to save that photo. That's the family. They look like a bunch of rednecks. Honey, they got wore out. They got wore out. Do you hear me? You know what? I want you guys. Let me see if I can find this. I'm sick of this Jason Aldean. Try that in a small town.
Happy audacity.
I guess my husband is not going to come back and get this dog. I want y'all to listen to this. I know this video about to get demonetized anyway because YouTube hate for you to tell the truth. But I want y'all to listen to this story, and I want us to talk about this.
Hey y'all, Big Daddy Buck here. Gonna address something about the Jason Aldean in a small town. I'm originally from a small town, northeast Louisiana. Little town called Gilbert, Louisiana. We were so small that the state came and took our red light from us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't make no payments on it. But I gotta tell you this. My mom was a home health nurse when I was a kid. My dad was a tugboat pilot. My mom, a lot of times, would leave between 6:30 in the morning, and she had 3 kids. Most of the time, we'd get up and walk to school. Everything was fine. We'd come back. Now, she hired a lady. This lady right here, honest to God, know for a fact, she was my black mama. That woman right there took care of us as kids. And she loved us just like her own.
Now listen to this. He said my mom hired a lady. My mom was a home health nurse. My father was a tugboat pilot. My mom hired a black lady. They are white people. Listen to this.
Years go by, I move out, I moved to South Mississippi. I go home for the holidays, and I'm wanting to say it was Thanksgiving. And when I got home, me and my wife at the time, when I got to my mama's house, and she said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Well, the first thing I'm going to do in the morning is go see Elsie." I said, "She still lives in the same area, don't she?" I said, "Yeah." Mama said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." So about 7:30, 8 o'clock that morning, I went to the area where she's at. Now, she lived in a black community.
Where else would she live back then? The black people and white people wasn't living together. Elsie didn't live next door to your mama and daddy. She lived in the black community. Of course she did.
I pulled up, and I remember about where the house was. I just didn't remember the house. And when I pulled up, there was a kid across the street, and I say a kid, 14, 15, 16 years old. As soon as I got out of my car, and I said, "Hey, man, can you help me out?" And, of course, a few racial slurs were thrown at me, wanting to know what I was doing in the neighborhood, and this and the other. I said, "Look, man," I said, "I'm just here to see."
You see how he tried to make it seem like, oh, a few racial slurs were thrown at me, but you still wanted to see these black people? You know, when I see videos like this, it just makes my blood boil. You had a maid growing up, sir. This black woman was a domestic worker. You had a maid. Back then they called them mammies. You had a mammy. Your parents hired a black woman to come in and take care of you and your brothers and sisters while they worked. You had a mammy. And he goes on to say, oh, she wasn't like a maid. She was like family. She was your maid. My mother was a domestic worker. They're your maid. Yeah. These black women took care of these little white kids. In a sense, they took more care of these little white kids than they took their own kids. They had to leave their own kids at home to come and make money and take care of your little white ass. My mama was the same way. My mama used to tell me that the little white kids that she used to take care of used to run past their own mama and run to her when they fell. Lucille. She cooked for them, cleaned for them, and everything. And the mamas and the daddies didn't do shit. Black people raised the majority of these damn white kids in the South. And he goes on to say, oh, well, I loved her. You didn't even know where she lived. You didn't even know which house was hers. But he goes on in this video and he's crying a couple of tears because he loved this black woman so much. I bet your mama and daddy didn't love her. She couldn't even use their toilet. The black maids back then couldn't even sit their black asses on the same toilet as your white mama and daddy. They had to go shit out in the backyard somewhere. Y'all killed me. Some of y'all killed me with that shit. Yeah, they did. They had wet nurses that even breastfed these little white babies. But he trying to pretend like the black maids were loved so much. No, they weren't. They weren't loved. They weren't even respected. Ain't nobody believing that shit. I'm a city girl. He not lying. My mom moved to the South in a small town, and they don't play about the riots and stuff. Girl, I don't believe nothing about that. Whole Jason Aldean's try that in a small town. That whole entire video is a bunch of racist bullshit. He's not talking about the love of a small town. He's talking about a sundown town. It wasn't that wasn't love. Black people working, a black woman doing domestic work in a white people's house, they didn't love her. Now them kids may have been, of course she gonna take care of these kids. If she didn't take care of these kids, she would lose her job and get in trouble. That's not love. That's work. You are doing domestic work. Of course I'm going to take care of your child. I'm going to take care of you. You are under my care. I'm doing domestic work. Some of these black women had to walk for miles to get there or catch the bus. Leave their own child with somebody else to come take care of some white person's child. Treat your child better than they treated their own. Some of them wouldn't even see their babies all day long, but had to take care of Susie and James. So nah, I'm not believing, oh, she wanted to do, oh, we loved her so much. No, you didn't. That was her job. She was doing her job. Your mama didn't love her. So all that try that in a small town, the small town had so much love for, that's a damn lie. Especially not in these places down south, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, all these places. Them sundown towns. And y'all can believe that crazy Jason Aldean mess if you want to, but you're not going to pass that off on me as a whole bunch of love and kumbaya. I'm not kumbaya in that shit. Keep that. It's a spider web in that chair.
Staying out of the sun.
Huh?
Staying out of the sun.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be hot today. Oh, and Jason Aldean is taking certain scenes out of that video. All of the Black Lives Matter stuff, he's removing that from the video. It's supposed to only be 85 degrees today. But 85 for us is warm though. I heard that Jason Aldean was taking certain scenes out of the video. So if he was doing that for a good reason, why would he be removing scenes from the video? And so now they're using that try that in a small town music as the music for some of these fight videos for this Alabama situation. Y'all gonna stop messing with these black folks because they getting tired. They getting tired of being mistreated and hit on and stuff. And especially in these southern states that have a horrible history of abuse of black people. The ancestors, y'all riling up these ancestors and they getting upset and they coming out with violence. Black Lives Matter had another agenda. What agenda was that? It's never been it was never easy for domestic workers. You know, I especially think back, if you spent more time taking care of another family than you spent taking care of your own family, who benefited from that? Yeah, that told the true story when he did that. These white people do too much. I don't know why they can't just shut up and have some dang manners. I mean, I don't know. It's just history. Jason Aldean knew what he was doing. You know, he knew what he was doing. The people that put that video together, they knew what they were doing, and I think they accomplished what they were trying to do, which was cause controversy and cause the song to hit the charts where it hit. because I didn't know who Jason Aldean was until this. For one thing, I'm not like into country music. I had no clue who he was before this song came out. But since it has come out, I heard that he's had some other he did blackface and all kind of stuff. And your history speaks for you. You know, this song came out and he did what it was that he wanted to do. This was what he wanted to do.
I'm not gonna lock the door.
Don't lock the door.
I'll lock the door.
Big calves. You better not lock that door. Watch him lock the door just to get on my nerves. Okay, they did. He did what he set out to do. He did it. They did it. And if you think that those people did not know what they were doing, they didn't know that this was going to cause a certain level of controversy, they knew. They knew when they put that video together. They knew. They sat down and said, let's do this. Let's do this here. Let's put this in the video. They knew what they were doing. He knew that it was going to cause controversy. I don't think they thought it was going to get the level of backlash that it got. But he knew that it was going to cause controversy. And it did. It did. But I'm glad to see I don't know how Black Lives Matter was about LGBT. I don't know anything about that. And I never really got into the whole political side of Black Lives Matter. I never got into that. And I don't want to debate Black Lives Matter. Because I never got into the political side of Black Lives Matter. I don't really care about that. That's never been important to me. What's important to me is Black lives do matter. Not the organization Black Lives Matter, but the fact that black people do matter. Black lives matter. That's what's important to me. Not the organization. Or what the organization stands for, or the political part. I don't care about politics. I don't care about Republicans and Democrats and independents and all of that kind of stuff. You're never going to see me argue that, because that's a moot point to me. Now, I might argue black and white, because there is a difference between black. Our history is different. You may see me argue that, but you're not going to see me argue organizations. Because I don't care about that kind of stuff. To be honest, I don't care about, like, let me hush. Because some of y'all get real sensitive, and it irks my ass after we get off these lives, when y'all send me emails and stuff. That get on my nerves. And I be seriously biting my tongue, because some of y'all I be wanting to cuss out. For real. But I try to be nice. Because I really want people, if you have something to say it in the live so we can talk about it. Don't wait till we get off live and then want to jump in my email or, want to DM me and, give me this, well, you shouldn't have said this, or I thought you was better than that. I'm not better than nobody. I'm a human. I have opinions just like everybody else. And I'm not going to allow none of y'all to put me in a box. Oh, well, I thought you thought like this, or I thought. Don't think how you think I should think. My thinking is my thinking. And if you have something to say it in the live. Don't get mad. Don't jump off the live and then think about the shit and then come back and want to be like, oh, well, you should have said woo, 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 or woo, 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 woo. No, get that shit off your chest now. But I don't care about Black Lives Matter. I don't care about Republicans. I don't care about Democrats. I don't care about none of that shit. None of it. I don't care. Yeah, I mean, it's like, and people do it all the time. And it just irks me. Because I try so hard to, be honest with people. But I know we live in a time now where it's hard for people to be honest. Y'all don't want honesty. You want everything sugar coated. You got to add sugar to everything to make it go down easy. And that's not how I grew up. I didn't grow up with, here, take this medicine. Shut your ass up, take this medicine. Open your mouth. I can't sugarcoat stuff for people. Take it. Somebody said that to me too. They were like, y'all older generation, y'all don't know how to talk to people or something. Yeah, okay. We're not gonna sit up here and sugarcoat y'all and baby y'all. That all these participation trophies and didn't nobody win. No, somebody won. Somebody got to lose. You raising your kids now to believe that everybody is a winner. No, you're gonna lose sometime. You're not gonna get the job. You're going to apply for 50 jobs and you may hear 48 no's. But we raising our kids now that if they hear one no, they go into a whole conniption. They went to Starbucks. I went to Starbucks and they got my order wrong. I had to take a whole mental health day. We are messing up an entire generation. I was watching this man's video on TikTok and he said he has a 20-year-old that sits around the house all day and plays video games because he's too stressed out to get a job. You created that monster. These kids don't want to do nothing. They don't want to do nothing. We didn't grow up like that. We didn't grow up like that. We grew up, we were on a track. You finish high school, you either go to college, you go to trade school, you get a job, you do something. Sit around the house and play video games all day? It wouldn't have happened in my mama's house. Oh, my nose ring is itching. It wouldn't have happened in my mama's house. Sitting around the house playing video games all day. You can't wash dishes. You can't do nothing because I'm stressed out. I'm having a mental health day. You better get your ass in there and wash them dishes and go to work. Yeah, I don't listen to country music either. Yeah, somebody else was talking about that, Melissa, that kids nowadays don't even want to get their driver's license. This lady said she was literally paying her child to get his driver's license. What? I don't understand that. These kids don't want to do nothing. What is going to happen to the service industry in a couple of years? It ain't going to be no garbage men or police officers or firefighters because these kids don't want to do shit. Eventually, they're going to have to institute the draft. Because the draft is going to have to be mandatory. In a couple of years, they're going to go back to the draft. Because these kids don't want to do nothing. It's not going to be anybody, I'm pretty sure now, the military, enrollment in the military is probably low. They're going to institute the draft soon. Because they're going to have to. Because these kids don't want to do shit. It ain't going to be no firefighters, no police officers, no garbage men, nothing. These kids don't want to work. All they want to do is do YouTube. They want to do TikTok. They want to stay at home and Twitch and play video games. That's all they want to do. They don't want to go to college. The majority of these kids are already saying college is a scam. They don't want to go to school. So what's going to happen? You can't replace everything with robots. Who going to make the robots? Who going to program the robots? The robots can't program themselves. Child, I couldn't, okay, so when I was 12 or 13 is when Atari first came out. I couldn't turn that game on until after I had did my homework and did my chores around the house. You think I could walk right in the door from school and turn on a video game? No. I had to come in, take off my school clothes, put on my play clothes, clean up my room, do my homework, eat my snack. Then, if I had time, play video games. Because you still got to get your hair ready for the next day, take your bath, make sure your room is clean, and get your butt in the bed at a decent hour. These kids now want to stay up until 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning on the game, playing the game, talking to each other. The only issue is when times get hard for these kids, they might not be able to work because they're being replaced by robots. They have robot Uber drivers, robot hairdressers and barbers, and robot fast food chefs. My husband got waited on by his first robot last week. But see, somebody got to program these robots. You know what I mean? It's still going to be some human people. Someone has to service the robots, program the robots. It's still going to be some human people out here. We still have to use our brain. We're not going to turn into, where get to the point where humans don't have to do anything. It's still going to be things that robots can't do. We're not going to get to a society where the robots take over and the humans don't have to do anything. I'm saying you're still going to have to train your brain. You still can't just allow your kids to think that, oh, well, the robots are going to take over. We don't have to do anything. You still have to be able to drive a car. You're doing your children a disservice by not letting them, giving them a drive to do something. And the thing is, a lot of these parents are just letting their children make these decisions. Oh, I don't want to. Oh, well, Johnny not ready to drive. Johnny, take your ass down there and get your driver's license. Stop giving them all of this freedom to make these decisions for themselves when their brains are not mature enough to make these decisions. When did parents lose? You, the parent. The parents are acting like the children, like the kids are in charge. The patients are in charge of the insane asylum. The parents don't even act like they're in charge anymore. My mother was a tough love kind of woman. When I turned 15, out the girls' home, anything I wanted, I had to work for. And then she kicked me out. Been on my own ever since. I'm not saying you have to kick your kids out the house, but I'm saying that the parents need to be in charge. At a certain age, your children, if they're not going to school, they need to be doing something. They shouldn't just be sitting around the house not doing nothing. Everybody ain't mentally ill. And stress is a part of life. Everybody gets stressed out, but it's how you deal with that stress. Everybody ain't crazy. Yeah, robots malfunction, and then it's going to be the humans that have to come in and fix them. But if we don't know how to fix them because we haven't been to school, we haven't been trained on how to work with these robots, then what's going to happen? It's like nowadays parents don't want to hurt their kids' feelings. You know what I mean? When I was a child, my mama didn't, we weren't friends. I had friends. My friends were my peers. My mama's friends were her peers. I wasn't my mama's friend. I was her child. And it's like now, a lot of these parents are too busy trying to be friends with their kids instead of being their parent. Like, even now, me and my kids ain't friends. I'm your mama. I have my own friends. They have their own friends. I'm not your friend. I'm your mama. I'm not trying to be your friend. My kids in their 30s, I'm in my 50s, and now I may have had a mimosa or something with my kids. But me and my kids don't sit back and get drunk and smoke weed and yeah, woo, F that, be, la, la. No. To this day, we don't do that. Now, my kids, my son, one of my sons, knows that, I have arthritis. Now, he has told me about certain blends, CBD, and, certain things that can help. But me and him, we don't just sit up and smoke together. But he has, told me certain things. Hey, try this, or I went here and got this. This may help you. But we don't sit up and that ain't my thing. I'm still old school. I'm still old school to a certain degree. I really am. I believe I'm still one of them grandmas that believe kids stay in a kid's place. I don't think that kids. I think that kids should be able to talk to you, but I'm still that kind of grandma. Grown folks talking. If we talking grown folks stuff, go sit over there till I call you. I'm that grandma. Yeah, I love you, but we're not friends. We're not friends. I'm your mother. We're not friends like that. Yeah, well, my mama had company. We didn't sit up in grown folks' face. We didn't even sit in the room when grown folks was talking. You go in your room and play with the kids. But these kids now, they know everything. They know all the tea. Because they sitting up in their mama face. They know everything. I didn't know all the tea. Oh, I had to remind myself today when my granddaughter started high school today, and her mama posted her picture, her first day of school freshman picture on Facebook. And my granddaughter wore a crop top to school today. And I was, when I first saw it, I was like, but then I was like, okay. I mean, it wasn't like cropped hecka high, but, midriff showing. And I was like, all right. I know this is 2023, and I'm pretty sure all the rest of the little girls, that's how they, dress. But I was kind of in my feelings for a minute. Because, it couldn't have been my daughter. I got a Gizmo's hair on my face somewhere, and I can't get it off. And I was like, if her dad had saw that, I don't think he would have been happy either. But I know that's what these kids are wearing. I know that, it wasn't, it wasn't cropped way up here. It was, probably about this much over her waistband. But it was enough that, her, like a little bit of her midriff is showing. And I was just like, we could have never did that. That would never have flown for my mama would have beat the brakes off of me. Times is a changing, child. Times is a changing. Honestly, I miss those type of grandmas. I miss my nanny. And you know, it's like I don't fuss at her a lot because I know she's sensitive. These kids are a lot more sensitive than what we were. We were stronger. You know, we just knew certain things. We knew we wasn't getting away with certain things, and we just take it? How are we so much stronger than the kids of today? Are they just spoiled and we just wasn't spoiled in that way? It just seems like our generation is so much stronger. And my kids are a little bit stronger. Okay, so my kids are in their 30s. What are they, millennials? It seems like the millennials are stronger than, what are these kids? Gen X, Gen Z, whatever they are. The children of millennials. Because my kids seem like they okay. Because they was raised by me. You know, this my generation. But the kids of millennials, it seemed like the millennials started pampering their children because they swear for God they didn't want to raise their kids the way we raised them. And that's the generation that's starting to scare me, because they're the ones that are overly sensitive. Millennials' children. Yeah, that tough love made me who I am. I wouldn't go back and change a thing, because I didn't have a problem getting a job. I didn't have a problem working. I don't get stressed out if somebody look at me funny. These kids nowadays, they can't do nothing. I was watching this lady, and the girl looked like she was about 15. She was scared to go into Starbucks and order a drink. And she kept, I'm socially awkward. I can't do it. These kids have taken all of these buzz terms. You're 14 years old and you can't even go order a drink. You can't even go up to the counter and tell the person what you want. I mean, this little girl was literally crying. My mother started training me to go into stores and get what I wanted when I was a little kid. I remember 8 and 9 years old walking to the store, sometimes with a note. Y'all not teaching y'all kids? 14 years old, and she can't walk in Starbucks and order a coffee? We failing these kids. And it's scary. 18 years old, these kids are scared to get a driver's license? Now, I ain't gonna talk about that because I didn't start driving until I was in my 20s. We failing these kids. Failing. Yeah, that soft parenting is, we hurting these kids. We are hurting these children. And you don't have to whoop your kids to teach them. You can be stern with your children without whooping them. But kids have to understand there are consequences for your actions, and you need to be teaching them these consequences at home. I'm not saying you have to beat your children, but this gentle parenting and this soft parenting, oh, you don't feel like going to school today, you need a mental health day. Every day can't be a mental health day. You hurting your kids. This gentle parenting is hurting your kids. Kids falling out in stores and stuff. I seen this little girl on TikTok fall out on the ground outside the store because she wanted some candy. I never fell out not one time. I knew better. See, these kids don't understand consequences. This gentle parenting has pushed these children into not understanding consequences. They don't think that their parents will get in their behinds. So they do whatever. They out here going crazy. They out here, they running the household. The kids is running the household. This gentle parenting, the kids is the parents. Because the parents are scared of the kids. I don't want to hurt Johnny's feelings. Oh my God, I don't want Johnny to have to go to therapy when he's 20. I don't want to hurt his feelings. Johnny, I will beat your ass if you don't go over there and sit down somewhere. Play with me if you want to. I didn't always have to whoop my kids. I would get up in their face this close. Go sit down. They would go sit down. All you got to do is just make yourself look big to a kid. And they'll be like, all right, you won. You got it. You don't have to whoop them. But you have to be the adult. Kids have to understand we're not on the same level. I'm bigger than you. I'm in charge. Somebody got to be in charge. Everywhere you go, somebody is in charge. When you go to work, you're going to have a supervisor. That person is in charge. When you at home, I'm in charge. But y'all scared to exert that type of energy over you. I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want Johnny to have to go to therapy in 5 years. Consequences prepare you for life. Because if you don't prepare them for life, they're going to be in trouble. Did you see that incident the other day where this Twitch streamer went to New York And all of these kids showed up trying to win a PlayStation. And these kids were literally almost trampling each other. All of these kids showed up. Ain't nobody told like kids the dangers of being in large crowds. Y'all did. So that incident in Astro World where all these kids got trampled and stuff, y'all not reminding your kids that situations like that can still happen. You're not talking to your children. I saw all these kids down there in New York. These kids about to trample each other to death. And not one of those kids had enough sense to look at this situation and say, this looks dangerous. I'm going to go home. My mama told me not to put myself in positions like this. You know, I ain't never had to whoop none of my grandkids. I think I have a face that says, I will. And my grandkids don't try me. I think all my grandkids would be like, okay, my granny will knock my head off. I'm not going to give her the opportunity to do that. My grandkids know. My grandma wants all the smoke. And I don't want none from her. I ain't had to do it. And I pray to God I don't have to. But you are never going to disrespect me or Papa. That's not going to happen. And they never have. Don't bring your kids over my house if I can't take your kids home with you. Don't leave them with me. Because if they act out, it's going to be a problem. And I think everybody that know me know that. I'm old school. I paint you. I will paint you in a minute. But y'all raise y'all kids how you want to. And then when the police call you and tell you that Pookie and Ray Ray down to the jailhouse, don't call me crying. Because I'm going to ask you, how's that gentle parenting working out for you? Because I'm going to tell you now, the system ain't going to handle your kids gently. You done did all that gentle parenting. And when Pookie and Ray Ray get arrested and that police beat their ass, because the police don't believe in gentle parenting, they going to beat Pookie and Ray Ray's ass. Do you hear me? Now, they want you to gently parent the child. But when the child get in their custody, they going to beat the brakes off your child. I'm telling you now. But y'all gonna gently parent them kids. Be as gentle as you want. But I'm telling you now, when they get out in this real world, the real world gonna beat their ass. After you done coddled them and gently parented them and kept them in a bubble because you didn't want them to have to go to therapy, they gonna get out in this real world, and this real world is gonna stomp a mud hole in their ass. And you know whose fault it's gonna be? Yours. Because you didn't take care of them. Even the Bible says, spare the rod and spoil the child. The Bible says it. Because if you don't train the child up in the way that they're supposed to go, it's your fault. Your fault. Not that child's fault. It's your fault. Because you was the one that was supposed to raise them. And they going to get out here in this real world. And this world going to beat their ass. The real world is going to beat their ass. And it's going to be your fault. It most definitely is. I got some gardening I got to do today. It's time for me to start putting my summer plants back into their fall areas. I got a few little plants that I gotta take care of. It's getting hot out here. I'm finna go in the house. Shit. It's hot out here. Wetting. Honey, the system would tear they behinds up a trucker's wife. Now I said, I'm not calling mine. I had to go through hell just to be here today. She gonna be... Child, I didn't coddle neither one of mine. I ain't coddle mine. And they still, your kids are going to do what they're going to do. I'm not saying anybody's children are going to be perfect. Your kids going to do what they going to do. But at least give them a foundation. Give them something that they can fall back on. If you coddle them and they get out here in the real world and see how tough it really is out here, you have done them a disservice. At least give them a foundation. Tell them what it's like really out here in this world. This world, it ain't no joke out here. I got on a scale this morning and I gained 4 ounces in a week. So I haven't lost any weight yet. And I was kind of sad. I did walk this morning though. I got my steps in this morning, but I ain't lost no weight yet. And I know it's like, I can't expect to lose weight every week. Oh God, I didn't use this. Oh, this morning I used this one. I know I can't expect to, when you get on a weight loss journey, you be wanting it to hurry up and hurry up. But it's not going to hurry up. It's not. It's going to take its time. That's just how it is. And so I did 1,400 steps this morning. So, yeah, 14. I don't want y'all to think I'm lying. So I looked at that thing. So, the whole, you got to get 10,000 steps in a day. That whole 10,000 steps was just a number that someone pulled out of their butthole. If you get between 4,000 and 7,000 steps a day, it's fine. You don't have to do 10,000. Between 4,000 and 7,000 is what's cool. So I did 1,400 now. Hopefully later on this evening, I'll do another 1,400 and then try to get some more in, and hopefully I'll have it. Thank you, a trucker's wife. Yeah, girl, don't get on the scale. What I'm trying to do is just get on every Monday. Start the week and see where I am. But I swear this morning I almost cried. But see, the weekend is still hard for me because on the weekends we like to have fun, and I don't think I did too much because we did go out to dinner yesterday, but I split my meal in half. I only ate half of it yesterday, and I'm gonna eat the rest of it today for lunch. So I really didn't think I ate too bad this weekend. So I did have one drink. Lord, that drink was strong too. Oh my God. Father God. That margarita with that shot of Grand Marnier. Oh God dang. And it was the whole thing too. Child, I had the giggles all the way home. I was legit kind of, what is that? Get away. Don't come over here. These bugs be out here. I was kind of tipsy when I left the restaurant yesterday. I was like, oh, okay. They weren't playing with me. That margarita had it going on. I should have did the song, the song that Angel Tanks. Give me one margarita. I'm a da 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 da. I should have did the video with the margarita song. Child, that margarita was strong. But that's it, y'all. I'm finna go in the house and see what is that? See what my husband doing. What time did I get up this morning? Oh, like 8:30. Yeah, I guess that is. I guess you do put on muscle. So you're not going to lose weight right away because you're toning up muscle and stuff. So, I mean, I'm not tripping. But I'm like, God, I can't lose 1 pound? You couldn't give me 1 pound? But I ain't worried about it. It's not going to stop me. I'm still going to get up and walk. I'm still going to keep walking. Eventually the scale is going to be like, all right, girl. All right, we got you. Girl, drinking gives me the giggles. Everything was funny. I was like, yeah, that drink hit me. But it was nice. It was nice. So y'all go over there and watch it is so many TikTok videos about this Alabama thing. Y'all go over there and watch on TikTok and go watch some of these videos. I'm not really sure if anybody has been charged with anything serious. I don't think they have. I think some people were arrested, but I don't think it was like really serious charges made. But go over there and watch some of those TikTok videos. So I gotta go catch up on my Adrian, and I know Connection did a video about Sin City yesterday. I didn't really get a chance to Looked like she made a parody video about Sin City. I guess I'll check that out. I don't know. I'm gonna catch up on some of the YouTubers that I watch. I'm gonna go catch up on some of their videos. Okay, by next week it should be something should be going on. Well, I'm gonna keep going and see. I think we on day what, 14, 15, 15, 16, something like that. I forgot what day I started on. I'm gonna have to go back and look. So I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for being here. Talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye.